When I signed the divorce papers, I didn't just lose my marriage. I felt like I had lost all the meaning of my life. 8 years of marriage, the beautiful 5-year-old daughter I adored, gone in the blink of an eye. I had given her everything: my love, my respect, and my devotion. I was a man who tried to be a son to my in-laws, a man who supported his wife no matter what. But in the end, none of that mattered because she cheated not once, but repeatedly with her former college lover. I fought for custody because I didn't care that I wasn't the biological father. She was my daughter in every way that mattered. Suffering. The word made sense. My world crumbled, and I lost myself in ways I never thought possible. Alcohol became my best friend, cigarettes my constant companion. Every night I drowned my sorrows in whiskey, taking in packs of cigarettes to dull the pain. I hated myself for what I had become: weak, broken, defeated. I felt like I was spiraling into a black hole, and at my worst moment every day I consumed 3 packs of cigarettes and 2 bottles of whiskey just so I could sleep. One night a friend got me out of trouble and took me to a dance bar in the Capitol Hotel, 321C. I hated everything about the place. The girls sat there like merchandise on display. Their smiles were forced, and money was thrown to them like they were an object. The whole scene disgusted me, and I wanted no part of it. But the next day, things got even worse. My ex-wife called me, not to ask how I was doing, not to inquire about our daughter, but to berate me for exposing her cheating in front of her family and in court. Her anger was not because of the cheating, but because her secret had come to light. 8 years of marriage, and she couldn't even muster the decency to inquire about how I was holding up. That night I hit rock bottom. Intoxicated, bitter, and filled with a strange emptiness, I found myself back in that dance bar. I don't even know why. Maybe I wanted to feel in control. Maybe I just wanted someone to pretend to care about me, even if it was all fake. For once, I wanted to make someone dance for me. But in the middle of the night, the alcohol had weathered enough for me to realize what I was doing. I left abruptly, apologizing to the girl and the managers. I just ran away. But the next night, the same girl texted me. A simple message asking how I was feeling. It shouldn't have mattered. She was a stranger, and of course her question was just part of her job. But it did matter to me. I hadn't heard anyone ask me how I was feeling in months. I told her everything: every heartache, every betrayal, every scar. I poured out my story to a stranger. She listened. She was kind, sympathetic, even tearful as she recounted her own reasons for working in this field. It was a connection I hadn't felt in so long. She asked me to meet with her again, and I agreed. But there were rules. They weren't allowed on the street if I wanted to meet her. Her dance cost $1,000, and I would have to stay until 4 in the morning. So I went, paid the money, and sat there until morning, just for the chance to talk to her. And it felt good. I felt like someone was listening to me, caring about me. Soon it became a habit. 1,000 dirhams grew to 1,500, then 2,000, 4,000, 7,000. 1-hour meetings became 2-hour meetings, then 3-hour meetings, then 6-hour meetings. Eventually, we started spending entire days together. I felt like I was falling in love. I didn't care about money. It didn't matter because she seemed to genuinely care about me. I began to care about her, her needs, her family problems, her desires. I felt like I finally had something or someone worth living for. 2 months passed. By then I had spent a fortune, but I didn't care. I felt like we had something real. I told her there was no point in continuing to spend so much money every day. I was already living separately, so why not move in together? We could start living together, and when the divorce was finalized, get married. And that's when everything changed. Her answers got shorter and shorter, her reactions slower. She started avoiding me, ignoring my texts, turning into someone I didn't recognize. Yesterday I saw her. She was with another man, holding his hand, smiling at him the way she had once smiled at me. They were sitting in a cafe, sipping coffee, and her look told me everything I wanted to know. I asked around, and it turned out I was never the only one. There were 3 others like me, men she had pleasured, manipulated, and devastated. I was just one of those who bought into her lies. And here I am again. Drunk, heartbroken, and writing this for strangers to read. I've been cheated on twice, and both times in the name of love. I've hit rock bottom, but I'm not giving up. Not for her. Not for my ex-wife. I will not give them that kind of power. I have a daughter, and she needs me. I will live for her. I'll be the father she deserves, and that's enough for me to keep living. Maybe someday I'll find love again. Or maybe I won't. But I know one thing: I will no longer give my heart to people who don't deserve it. For now, I'll just focus on picking up the pieces, day by day.